All right, what's up, everyone? How we doing? This is Thomas with Real Broker here in St. Augustine, Florida. And today I'm going to cover a couple of different things. I'm going to cover the market stats. We're going to go over what's happened here and what's happening right now in the market because of the recent change with interest rates now hitting 6%. We're also going to cover a couple of new news stories and also just do some housekeeping as well because next week, the 24th, I'm getting married, so I'm not going to be doing this next Wednesday, but I wanted to note from this Wednesday, well, from after when I get back from my wedding, I'll get back on the 28th. That Wednesday forward, I'm going to be doing a live stream every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. just because I want this to become more of a fluid thing for myself so I can get better at it and also to provide more information on a quick basis for people that have questions and want to interact on this platform. So I appreciate you guys being here. I see Donna has already left me a question, which I will answer here. I'm doing well, Donna. Thank you so much for asking. How are you? So I'll put that up there. Thank you so much for tuning in here. I'm going to hop into the market stats unless you have a specific question. Let me know in the comments below and I'll answer it. But I'm going to go ahead and hop into the market stats first and just cover a couple of things. Like I said, interest rates are jumping up here. So let me put on my market stats banner. All right, so we're going to hop over here. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, boom, boom. All right. We're gonna hop over here, and I just wanted to go over the hot sheet for the past week. So we get this, you can change it on the 24-hour notice, you can change it on the week, but I feel like a week will give you an idea of kind of what's going on in this market since everything's happened with interest rates rising so significantly, inflation rising significantly, and also the stock market going down. So all of this affects real estate because people buy using that money. And Northeastern Florida is no different. We are still in a hot seller's market, but I just wanted to cover some things here. So if you take a look at this top left corner here, you're going to see new listings and pending. That's obviously the main one you want to take a look at. Past 24 hours, they're almost 1 for 1. 202 new listings coming to the market, 195 listings going off of the market. You take a look down here at closed. We have 150 closed within a 24-hour period. So that's pretty close. Everything's pretty much 1 for 1 at that point. And then you're seeing back on markets about 50 of those. So that all makes about a good sense. So you have 195 pending, you have 49 on average going back on the market, and you have 150 closed. Okay. So let's take a look at this last week. And you're going to see that same kind of pattern there. You're going to see new listings, 1,400 pending, 1,071. So, just for me, I like to dumb it down a little bit. For every 14 listings, 10 of those are going under contract. So it makes it a pretty easier number to look at. And then when you're seeing here, back on market, 300 of them. So there's 10 going under contract, 30% of them are going back on the market. And you're seeing closed here, so 881. So let's just take that pending to close, about 90% of them closing. It seems like, just taking it from this weekly sheet here. So let me hop over to the market snapshot. I wanted to cover the inventory because we are actually seeing more inventory coming to our market, which is typical because whenever we hit the summer market, that's a time where a lot of people buy and sell. So you can see here we're at 3,947 listings. That's in total market of Northeastern Florida. So that's going to be Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Palm Coast, Middleburg, a little bit of Green Cove Springs, pretty much that whole Northeastern Florida area. We've got 3,947 homes. So that is up from 2 months ago. At the beginning of May, I think it was 2,500. So we have significantly more listings coming onto the market. Though it's no different. We are still in a very competitive seller's market. We haven't fallen off this cliff yet, which I don't think is going to happen. But I just wanted to show you how many homes that we have on the market compared to 2019, because we were still in a seller's market in 2019, just as not as a severe of seller's market where we're seeing a 14-day median day across on market across the entire housing market here in Northeastern Florida. So you can see here, this is the latest one from May. I just showed you it's about 3,900 right now. We're in the middle of June. So 3,400 homes in the market. So we hit a really, really low point down here in February, 2,800 homes, and now we're going up. We're hitting that the summer hot spot. And you can kind of see that too over here. This is last year. So May, June, July hit 4,000 homes, August 4,000 homes, September 4,200, and then it got really dark. There weren't a lot of homes available. So let's compare that. We're over here. We're at January 2019. So this is before everything happened. May, we had 7,800 homes on the market. 7,817, 7,700. So we literally had double the amount of homes on the market back at that point. And that was a seller's market as well. Definitely a lot more negotiations between the buyers and the sellers there. But that's just to show you we are still in a very competitive market. And we're kind of going with the flow here. Less inventory than we had last year, which is amazing considering last year we had 3% interest rates. But we're still looking like we're getting some more homes in the market here for the summertime. So especially with the interest rates going up to 6%, that does give some opportunity as a buyer, if you are a buyer in this market, because that's going to push some people on one side or the other of the fence. It's going to either make it so that it's unaffordable for someone to buy a house now, or they just don't want to. They're out of the game. They're tired of the competition. And then it's going to push the people who are like, oh my God, it's going up to 6%. I got to buy a house now. So we're going to see a split for sure, and what that's happening. But it's not to be, you got to think also in Jacksonville, like I think 20% of the transactions, 20 to 30% of the transactions were all investors within the past couple months here. So especially in certain zip codes, it was even a higher percentage of that. So we still have a lot of cash in our market, and my last two deals were actually cash. So, still a lot of people moving down to our area, but I'm just saying if you are using financing as a buyer, there might be some opportunity here with the increase in interest rate, because it's definitely going to weed out some more competition for you. As a seller, especially going into this summer market here, you can see we're getting more inventory. So that scarcity of not having any other competition like we had in December and January, where literally there was like 2,000 homes on the market, that's not the summer market right now. We're seeing some more increased competition because there's more listings coming to the market. On top of that, now you're going to have to battle the interest rates, which are going up. So, you got to be strategic when you're pricing your home. So let me hop back over to my stream. All right, let's go. We got 6 people here. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Donna O. Okay, congratulations on the wedding. I see prices being reduced from original listing price and houses staying on the long. I see prices being reduced from original listing price and houses staying on the market a bit longer. So we are seeing a lot of price reductions. I think that is in return because just sellers are, especially in our market with there being no inventory, people are like, let's just throw it up there and put a number out there. I did that with one of my sellers. They were like, hey, we want to list $10,000 above what you recommend. And I'm like, in this market, it's pretty much the only market that you can really do that in, because the market is going to catch up to the listing price. So what happens is sellers shoot for the stars, hope to land on the moon. And then they get realistic when they're not getting any showings, they're not getting any offers. And they're like, Tom, what's going on? It's like, well, there's a couple of things, it's, a lot of times it comes down to price, but that's a conversation at that point. But I will say that things are changing because the interest rates are making things a little bit more difficult. Affordability is going down for a lot of people, and the large jumps, I think it definitely, with the fluctuation, is going to weed a lot of people out. Definitely the people that aren't as serious about buying a home, or maybe you're just not considering it anymore because of what's going on. So I'm going to switch back over here real quick, just because I want to take a quick look at price reductions. So we can just take a look in the MLS. So let's just take a look. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you, by the way, Donna, for your congratulations. I didn't cover that, but thank you so much. So let's see here. Am I sharing my screen? All right, share my screen. Boom. All right, so let's see. Price change, 460. Okay, so let's see. In the last 24 hours, we had 460. Let's go. And 1,273 price changes amongst a home with 4,000 homes, or a market with 4,000 homes on the market. I think what they're doing is also seeing that competition come in for summer, because summer starts coming in, you have 6% interest rates. If you're not having that conversation with your agent about your pricing and your strategy to get your home sold, then you're probably missing the boat altogether. So you're seeing price changes. That's definitely a good observation. All right. So guys, let me know. I'd love to be able to know where you guys are commenting from, where you're listening in from. So go ahead, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them for you. This time is completely for you guys. So any questions, leave them in the comment below. I'll post them up here. I can assure you that no question is a dumb question, because someone else is definitely thinking about what you have in your mind, and I can put it out here. I can answer it. So let me know in the comments below. Also, I'm going to plug this as well. Me, my fiance, we're now on the team. We're the Living in St. Augustine team, which you guys know and love, hopefully. I have now a weekly newsletter, which gives you pretty much the updates that I cover here, but you can get it in an email, so you can go ahead and read the article yourself, opposed to me, and you can just do it on your own time. So you don't always have to be here. So it's a weekly newsletter. If you do want to sign up for that, go ahead and leave me a comment, and I'll message you, or it's not Instagram. Leave me a comment with your email, and I'll figure it out. So I'm going to share my screen again. Let's go here. So, and we're going to go to the first news story. Take a sip of water here. So sorry. I went down the wrong pipe. Oh, excuse me. My eyes are watering. Okay. New project will construct the tallest modern buildings in St. Augustine, transportation hub, apartments, and more. So sorry about that. So this is on King Street in St. Augustine, and it's the worst. I got to power through this. But this is where the location is, Browdy's Fine Wine and Spirits. They're talking about making this a transportation hub, workforce housing, a retail space, and also a parking garage. So the thing that's really exciting about this is that this is going to redevelop a whole area. So you can see here, this is West King Street here, and this is King Street. This is downtown St. Augustine. Castillo de San Marcos is up here. Lions Bridge is over here. All your great restaurants are in this area, St. George Street. So what we've seen over the past couple years really is really interesting, especially since the pandemic. As you're seeing the West King Street area really develop, you're seeing this area develop. There's 2 new hotels right here, Homewood Suites. I think they're adding another spot right there, and they're about, I think they're 6 or 7 stories tall. So this location right here, they're talking about building a which we desperately need here in St. Augustine. And what they're talking about is making residences, which I looked at an earlier plan. They were talking in 2019, they had this plan. Browdy's wanted to do it. Right now, it's just a liquor store. It's been there for years. And a lot of people, you know, like if you live in the area, it's a liquor store. Like it's nothing crazy. It has no historical significance to the area besides that it was owned by the Browdy family and that they had a supermarket there. And like, that's a really cool thing. But I think Browdy's is also developing this little spot. So they're trying to redevelop this area and really benefit some of the workers in St. Augustine, because the housing prices in St. Augustine have skyrocketed these past couple of years. So if you're working in a restaurant, which is really a lot of the industry down here, you're having a hard time finding a place to live. So you're probably commuting from Duval County, from Putnam or Flagler County, because housing prices here are so steep. So in 2019, this was before the pandemic, they actually talked about doing this and offering these for $70,000 to $90,000 in apartments. I'm not sure how many units we're going to go over there, but it's still pretty interesting to think. And then they're going to add a transportation hub there, which is, I think, one of the best ideas, because obviously they want to put a parking garage there. It goes with the city's long-term mobility plan. They want to implement this by like 2040, where they have garages like the north, east, west, and south side of the city. So you go into the parking garage, you park your car, and then there's another form of transportation like a shuttle that takes you into downtown St. Augustine. So they eliminate the traffic down there. So this would play into that long-term plan. But on top of that, they want to do a transportation hub where you go there and you could, because it's right by the train tracks, and I can show you on the map, the train track runs right over here by US 1. So and this is the location here. So what they would do is add a parking lot right over here. And also if you'd be able to take a commuter train from St. Augustine to Jacksonville. And I think that's a freaking great idea. I really love it. And it would spur more development over West King, which is a big deal because this whole area is really the next logical step for some more development and commercial development to go in. They just started building new construction, D.R. Horton on the other side of 214 right down here, LGI and D.I. Horton at Morgan's Cove. It's pretty rural land right there. So this is, I think, one of the areas that's definitely to develop. A lot of good places here. So let me switch back to here. Oh man, I do that sometimes where I'm not sharing my screen. I'm sorry. So let's see. We got some comments. Beautiful. All right, we got Christopher Duckett. Hello from Ontario. Wow. I thought people reach out to me from Canada. I guess it's it's a cold. Is that it? I don't know. As you're looking at St. Augustine, Christopher, I really like to know. Let me know. Love nature. This presentation. I'm probably gonna have to show that clip to my fiance because she'll die laughing at it. Because I almost did. But funny enough, the person you called me about the other week that like, hey, a house and I didn't use you. He actually retracted all of his comments on everything. So it only lives in the video now. You can't find it online. Thought you'd find that pretty funny. But all right, we're going to go back onto it now. So let's go back onto the news stories here. But what do you think about that development on West King Street? I mean, I don't know if you're living in the area. I know, Christopher, you're from Ontario, but I think that's a great idea. They have a parking garage there. They'd have shuttle to downtown, and then you'd have a commuter rail to Jacksonville. So you'd have the option of working in St. Augustine, working in Jacksonville, being able to live there. I think that's a big win. I really do. So I hope that gets pushed forward. All right. So market stats. Here we go. Or no, we covered market stats. Important news. Here we go. All right. So we're going back to this layout here. And this is another major change that might happen in the next 5 years here in St. Augustine. They're talking about redoing the Treasury building. 24 Cathedral Place is the first national bank in St. Augustine. If you've been to St. Augustine, it's part of St. Augustine's skyline. So it's definitely something that's very notable. So right off of St. George Street. And so what they're talking about, local business to turn it into a hotel with, I think, 100 rooms is the plan. So it was originally built in 1929. A lot of the architecture in that area is very similar to that. And yeah, they're talking about, it's St. Augustine's tallest building, but they're talking about making it a hotel. And the city is not really, at least from what I've heard in the neighbors' reactions, they're not a big fan of changing this. Now I'll show you on the map here where this is at. You know what, I'll just type it in. So St. George Street is right here. 24 Cathedral Place is right here. Cathedral Basilica right there as well. And you have new Casa Reina right over around the corner, Lions Bridge. So that would be the main drag in St. Augustine. So I think, I don't know, I'm sounding more and more like a developer, but I really think that's also a solid idea. If you have more hotels that are available there, using a building that I don't really think is utilized at all. I've never been in that building. Besides, there is like a little coffee spot on the outside. I couldn't even tell you what they use it for. So I think that's a great little addition there, especially because tourism is the biggest thing here in St. Augustine. So adding more space, making it more affordable for people to come here, I think that's a big win, especially with how Airbnb is going now. Can't find a month-to-month rental here for less than like $3,000 a month for an Airbnb rental. It's pretty intense. So I think that's a good idea. So let's see here. All right. We got some more comments here. Let me hop back on it. All right. Christopher, let's see. Originally from wife is tired of the snow. Someone told me that happy wife, happy life is a lie. I don't know. I don't think he's right on that. But yeah, I can totally get that. I mean, the snow, you know what? It's not for everyone, and really 6 months out of the year, unless you're going out to like snowboard or, you're okay with the cold or doing anything like that, you're stuck in the house. And that's how it was in New York and Pennsylvania, Jersey. You're stuck in the house for that time, and not too much to do. They don't have a lot of stuff going on. Now, I got to say, spring, summer in the Northeast, amazing, beautiful weather. Right now, it's like 95 degrees outside. So, got to pick your battles, right? Got to pick your battles with your wife. And then he also said, visited St. Augustine as a kid. Very cool. So thinking about possibly moving down or getting away from the snow. And the one thing that's really, if you are thinking about Florida as a whole, kind of the main selling point, I'd say, North is that we still do have a third season in a way, or a fourth season, spring, we don't really have spring or fall. I mean, I guess it's one or the other, you could say, because the winter doesn't really get that cold. We don't get snow or anything, but in the winter we would get maybe like a 32-degree night here and there. Typically, if it's cold, be like 50-degree day. So you still get a little chilly. Put a jacket on, maybe a sweatshirt. So that's the one nice thing about being in northeastern. If you go any further south, you're about two hours south. I mean, it can get really hot, and it's tropical. You're just talking hot year long, and that's the season. Doesn't really change much. I'm not going to die this time. All right. So, guys, like I said, I know we're seeing some people here watching. Go ahead, leave me some comments. If you have any questions about St. Augustine, Jacksonville, Palm Coast, I'm here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. besides next Wednesday because I'm getting married on the 24th. So if you have any questions, leave them below. I'm here for you. So let's go. Legal. This guy. Okay. Legal. I heard there's a lot of snakes there. Have you seen them a lot being outside? The snakes that you don't want. I think we talked about this. You're not going to be near any water. The main snake you want to worry about is a water moccasin. And that's if you're in like any, rivers, streams, creeks, something like that. That's the main snake that you're going to be wanting to worry about. But water moccasins are the main ones. The rest of them, like the black racer snakes, you want those in your yard because they're going to be taking care of any rodents or anything that are going to be running around. So they're good, friendly snakes. I know that doesn't really make a sense, but we'll leave it at that. But okay, and then let's see, Christopher, we're back on you. Happy wife life has worked for me for the past 20 years, but luckily we like the same things. Very cool. Very cool. What do you guys like to do for fun? Does it have to do with outdoor stuff? Is it warm weather related? Fishing, boating, kayaking? This is the place to do it because we got the ocean. So if you want to go to the beach, hang out at the beach, catch a tan, you want to go surfing, you can do that. You can do some surf fishing. But we also have the river. We have the intercoastal. So they have the Matanzas River. And then we also have the St. John's River. So St. John's River, they have like bass fishing tournaments out of there. People go deep sea fishing, catch huge tarpon and stuff. So yeah, plenty to do in the area. All right, I'm not seeing any other questions. So if you do have any, let me know below. I'm going to hop on to the next one. Okay, boom. Oh, let me take this off. Sorry, Christopher. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to go back to my banner. Important news. All right, boom. We're back on it. Oh, third news story here. Oh, man, I didn't pull a third news story. Bummer. Okay, well, one thing I do want to talk about, which is important, is Florida and insurance, which is a big question that I get. And, if you do need to look up, just let me know and I put you in contact with the right guy, or at least the guy that I use. But, of course, this is not going to pop up if we want it to. We'll go over the news here. So insurance here in Florida has been going crazy. Premiums going, especially if you're in a flood zone. There's been a lot of problems with that. But Governor DeSantis just signed a bill which is going to change things. Hopefully, that's what he says. and it got bipartisan support. Everyone's in support of it because it's a big problem. And so essentially, $2 billion in reinsurance relief through reinsurance to assist policy to benefit policyholders over the next 2 years. Also, $150 million for My Safe Florida Home program to provide grants to Florida homeowners for hurricane retrofitting, making homes safer and more resistant to hurricane damage. So that'll also be a discount if you do that for your insurance. Okay. Prohibiting insurance companies from denying coverage solely based on the age of the roof if the roof is less than 15 years old or if the roof is having 5 years of useful life remaining. So getting insurance, especially if you're using a mortgage, is really important because you need to have insurance in order to get a mortgage in order to close on your home. So making sure that you can get it is a big deal. And a lot of people, a lot of insurance companies are very, very finicky when it comes down to insuring roofs that are over a certain amount of years. So essentially what they're saying is that they're going to add a standard that says like, hey, you got to give a reason. You can't just say like, hey, the roof is X amount of years old. It's not a good roof anymore. Like it's got to have like you got to give me a reason why you're not going to give me insurance. So that's one of the main problems that people are trying to get policies. So yes, on to the next thing. And then let's see, creating a new standard for application of attorney fee multipliers, which have been liberally applied, resulting in increased cost to consumers. So what I think that means is that there's been a lot of lawsuits and attorney fees that are a part of that lead to the insurance policy because it's more and more expensive to sue people, I guess. So insurance companies aren't making enough money, so they're raising the rates. So what they're saying is that the attorney's got to take the hit and insurance companies keep making the money. That's kind of how I took it, but it's all up to speculation. These things are written like they're in stone, but I don't know if anyone actually knows if it's going to work or not, but we'll see. I'll probably follow up on this story here in hopefully a couple months, and we'll see if it's making a significant difference. But let's see. I got 2 comments here. Great, guys. You guys are keeping them coming. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, love nature. Thank you so much. Congrats. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much. Really excited to do it. Going to Puerto Rico for 10 days. Going to get married there. Still going to have my phone on me, so if you need anything, let me know. When you get married, I will not be available. Also, I'm not going to be in town. So if you are in town, you're looking to look at some places, you're pre-approved, you got cash, whatever you need to do, still reach out to me because I'll put you in contact with a good agent who will take care of you while I'm away. Okay, so next one, Christopher Duckett. Him and his wife enjoy the outdoors. Both are big fans of Anastasia Island. Anastasia Island is freaking gorgeous. I'm actually meaning to take my kayak out. Apparently there's I'll show you over here. I'm such a bum. I've got my kayak and I just haven't had time to go out. Right out here apparently is like one of the greatest spots to go out kayaking because you get a whole bunch of natural wildlife within that area. This is Anastasia State Park right over here, and the beach that you can walk up all there. So, and then you have St. Augustine Lighthouse right here in the little marina. So you have boats along here too. It's really, really picturesque. But I've been meaning to get out there on that kayak yet, and I haven't done it. It's one thing or another. I'm doing all these live streams, so it's tough to stay up on everything. Did I share that screen with you? Okay. So I think I shared my screen. You just didn't see my face, I think. All right, guys. Well, hey, unless you guys have any other questions, I appreciate you being here with me today. I'm here. I'll be starting this the 29th of June. I'm going to be here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. going over the news that I see in St. Augustine, Jacksonville, Palm Coast. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll answer them, in the comments as well. But yeah, and then I'll be here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So if you guys are looking to move to St. Augustine, if you're living here in St. Augustine, it's going to be good information for if you're buying a home, if you're selling a home, you're thinking about investing. You probably want to know these things. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.